is if this meets any objectives of the village, you can try and apply at this point if you want, but we suggest that you try and live with the subdivision with what's in the village.
You just can't grant a subdivision which violates the zone. It's a matter of law, period. If you want to rezone the property, make smaller lots, change the subdivision ordinance, that's free. But the way it stands, it can't be done.
We got our answer.
Okay.
But you're also saying that if he subdivided to 4 lots, then it would meet our zoning requirements. So is that an option that he has?
It can't be just observation.
No. No, but isn't that one of the things that you say, Pat?
I think that what realistically he can get with what he has in the village is 3 lots.
2 lots.
3 lots.
So he's trying to squeeze an extra lot out of it.
Well, it's actually,
If you wanted to donate one of those lots to the village for, green space.
If the board wanted to propose that, then that could be
I'd say
subject
in
to
the absence of-
negotiation for an annexation agreement, but
Right now, there's nothing on the table that would make anyone interested, I don't think.
Based on this memo, I don't see anything to
that's
be interested in.
all we needed.
thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay. Russ,
The only thing I have is we had our wind energy task force meeting last Wednesday. Listened to a presentation by Mr. Thomas Thunder about decibels of sound, traveling of sound. I had included everybody a copy of all the slides that he presented. Far be it to say that there is no science out there right now that interprets into wind energy. And we're going to work on our ordinance. He's going to meet with us next, 2 weeks. I think it's November 3rd. We're going to put the final touches on our proposed ordinance with his input as far as decibels and sound and stuff. And then we're just going to pass it out to the communities and see how it goes. Unfortunately, this is so new. We've only got one right here, but there's trouble up in Libertyville with right now. And we're trying to get some manufacturers, we can go visit some sites, listen to some of these things. There's a setup sitting down here in Wheeling, we're going to take a look at that. So we're going to, we'll be back here. I'll be giving you information if we make some of these visits or we find something out. We might open this up to some other people. If we do, I'll let you know if you can make arrangements to come with us. On the backside, I just included a couple of articles that were forwarded by the task force. Just interesting reading there about health and turbines. And, what's the other one? The Recovery Act, the Secretary has got 3 research grants going to 3 universities. Look into this, $8 million to each university, University of Maine, Institute of Technology in Chicago, the University of Minnesota. So this, and the last one is a massive wind operating farm out in Texas. So we're just gathering info right now, and that's where we stand. Yes.
Yeah, one of the issues, of course, that everybody talks about is the sound level. But I wonder if there's another issue that you might open your ears to that is unique to our village. And that is that we have a tree canopy. And most likely that whatever
What we'll
impellers...
do, Rich, because that's unique, we're going to put together a general ordinance for everybody in the county. And what's going to happen, once I bring that back here, then we'll modify that accordingly to what each village wants, because every village is different. You know, we're going to have something that nobody else has. I mean, that's just, you're just not going to make a model ordinance that everybody's going to adopt 100%.
No question, it has to be.
Well, let me finish my point. In order for my guess is that in order for the impeller to get a reasonable amount of energy, it has to be at some level above the canopy. X amount, who knows what that is, but my guess is that these generator people do know what that is. And I think if you can, could you try to find out what they're talking about, how high above the canopy? Maybe we do something like we did with the bike study, with the proposed bike path on Deerfield, and we put together just a little bit of a rendering of what this might look like in our village. I'm just saying, would you please open your ears to this, because I think the issue, this is not Texas, this is not West Texas where we have a plain, and so our issue is a little bit different.
But you got a lot of other villages that have no trees, that don't, that's not, we're not committee, we'll have to study that probably on our own. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I would guess that they have their engineers that will tell you about that.
Who has their engineers?
The people that make this kind of
Well,
equipment.
yeah, but you're gonna have to go manufacturer to manufacturer. I mean, you got 50, 60 manufacturers out there. Each one's got a different type of system, different impellers. Some have horizontal axis, some have vertical axis, depending upon where you bid them, how high they are. I mean, I've looked at about 10 or 12 of them already. Their specifications are so wide and so varied. Trying to lump them all into one ordinance, I think, is gonna be very difficult at this time. So it's,
Okay.
we're just gonna have to look at some of these on a case-by-case basis.
And Ross, I'm not sure where this comes into play, but one of the things, the green workshop that we attended, one of the things that I had learned, I went to one that specifically dealt with wind turbines, and the lecturer was talking about the efficiency of converting, taking the wind and converting it into energy, and made the comment that he felt that right now, most of the wind turbines available weren't very efficient at that, and that he thought it was really worth waiting a couple of years for these manufacturers, essentially to improve their systems. So whenever that comes into play, I'd like to hear more about that.
Sure, no problem. Like I said, what I'll do is when I get some of this information, I'll copy everybody on it. So you can just put it in your files and read it. File it away, because this will become an issue within the village here in the next few months.
So it's gonna be there in the future, and we have to be ready for it.
Yep. I mean, it's
I
gonna
agree with
happen.
that.
We're not talking about next year, we're probably talking about 4 or 5, 10 years down the line.
Right, although we may be talking about completely different systems, even within
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple of years.
Well, we think right now that the systems out there, some of them are very crude, some of them are starting to get more sophisticated. They've done a lot of stuff overseas that is better than what's manufactured back here. They have a lot of stuff in Europe, so we're trying to gather information on that. There's just, it's very wide right now.
Right, I think really for us, it's a matter of figuring out what are the relevant questions to ask.
I agree.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. CBA report? No. Planning commission report?
Yes. The plan commission met for the third time a couple weeks ago on discussing a revised fence ordinance. We've gotten pretty far down the road. I think that there was a lot of good input from everybody, and we went through a draft that Russ had created and used that kind of as a template. And I would say at this point, we're probably about 90 to 95% through the ordinance. And it's my feeling, hopefully Bruce will have at our next meeting the information on a couple items that we're missing, and that hopefully we'll complete it at the next meeting to present to you a advisory ordinance, fence ordinance. So that's where we stand.
Police report.
In addition to our numbers since the last meeting, we also wanted to let everybody know of the program that we're starting along with the Lincolnshire Riverwoods Fire Protection District and the Deerfield Bannockburn Fire Protection District. We started a demonstration program in support of individuals living with disabilities or special needs. Basically, this is a application that's filled out, gives us information. This is kept with the dispatchers, confidential information. Basically, it affords people with special needs or disabilities the same access to public and safety service provided to all citizens. Forms will be available at the police department, also online at the website under forms. And these forms are filled out every 2 years. They need to be updated.
Has this been sent to the village boys?
It has been sent to the village.
And may I suggest also coordinating with the NSF